Okay, I'm going to make a simple chicken and banana curry. I've just put some curry powder, some turmeric, some pepper and some ginger powder on this chicken, and I'm going to add some corn flour just to protect some of the moisture when I throw it in the pan. About a heaped tablespoon probably that. And here I've got some butter which is just sort of bubbling away. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. I should really be using a neutral oil that is a bit more heat resistant, but I don't have any. I'm going to mix that up a bit. Other ingredients I'm going to be using is some coconut milk, lime, tomato, ginger and 1 de-seeded red chilli, onion, spinach and the banana. Lovely. And I'm going to make some sort of aromatic rice. Whacking my onions and my chilli and my garlic. And that's cooking nicely. It actually looks like it's a little bit too hot, but because I'm using an electric, I can't turn it down so quickly, so I'm just going to move it to one side. I want them to soften. Okay, they soften nicely, so in with my chicken. That's just going to cook until just about done. If it's still a little bit pink in the middle, that's okay, because it can then poach gently in the coconut milk and the water from the tomato. Adding my chopped tomato. The chicken's starting to cook quite nicely now. I'm just going to add this little block of frozen chicken stock. I can really turn down the heat now as well. Just a quick note on this rice. I've just added some turmeric, salt and some star anise and a few crushed almonds. And I've added that to some basmati rice, which is a 2-for-1 water ratio, and I've washed as well. You've got to wash the rice, get rid of some of the starch. So that's just simmering on a very low heat. So in with some spinach, and then I'm going to put about half a can of coconut milk in. So that's about 200 mils. It's quite rich. It's quite a mild curry, this one. It's just a chilled one. It's chilled out. It's chilled by bean. A bit of lime juice, just a squirt of a segment. Just had a taste, and it does need some seasoning. It's quite a sort of Thai curry with the coconut milk and the banana. So I think I'm going to add this fish sauce because it's a great salt substitute. And that's just going to be my seasoning. So just check the seasoning, and I added a tiny bit more red chili powder, a bit more lime juice, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit of brown sugar, perhaps 2 teaspoons or so. But the fish sauce is really, I really recommend that. It really just gives it a sort of lift, a bit like the anchovy in the humble Italian cuisine. The humble and rustic Italian cuisine. Anchovy gives lift to those dishes in the way that fish sauce lifts these dishes. I'm just going to slice my banana and gently poach it in this, which really is just now, it's hardly even simmering, it's just to keep remaining warm. So I've got sort of 1 centimetre thick chunks, no fancy cutting, just even sized chunks. It's a very ripe banana, so it's just going to sit in there. Don't want to move it around too much. My yellow rice is now done. I've just gone through it with a fork, but now I'm just going to put the lid on, take it off the heat and let that just sit there for about 5 to 10 minutes, soaking up the steam. It's a good way to ensure that rice has a lovely fluffy texture. Just a quick note on some of the things I didn't add to this curry, but the reason I didn't add them is because I didn't have them. I would have loved to add some cardamom seeds just crushed under the palm of the hand and put in the oil at the beginning. I would have loved to have fresh ginger, but I only had ground ginger. And I would love to have some coriander, but I don't have any coriander anymore. So I'm just going to use some basil. I mean, the Thais have their own Thai basil, but it's a good, if you don't have coriander then it's a good substitute. If you fancy with your presentation, I've just put some of the rice in this conical coffee glass and just not really packed it in tight, but just gently put it in until the top, and then you just quickly, and there you got one of them sort of fancy dough things that you see in the little restaurants, don't you? Okay, so there's the finished dish. If you can just see the bananas, they're soft, they've started to disintegrate slightly at the edges, a bit like an overcooked potato, and that's really what you want, but that it still has a bit of firmness. It doesn't disintegrate, but that which has sort of come off the edges has gone into the sauce and marinated the sauce. I get